Whatever you are, be a good one. The best way to predict your future is to create it. No man has a good enough memory to be a successful liar. Character is like a tree and reputation like its shadow. Most folks are as happy as they make up their minds to be. You cannot escape the responsibility of tomorrow by evading it today. I am a slow walker, but I never walk back. The best thing about the future is that it comes one day at a time. Things may come to those who wait, but only the things left by those who hustle. You can fool all the people some of the time, and some of the people all the time, but you cannot fool all the people all the time. Government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth. Nearly all men can stand adversity, but if you want to test a man's character, give him power. My concern is not whether God is on our side, my greatest concern is to be on God's side. Public sentiment is everything. With public sentiment, nothing can fail, without it, nothing can succeed. If you want to win a man to your cause, first convince him that you are his sincere friend. The ballot is stronger than the bullet. I destroy my enemies when I make them my friends. America will never be destroyed from the outside. If we falter and lose our freedoms, it will be because we destroyed ourselves. The people are the rightful masters of both Congress and the courts. Don't interfere with anything in the Constitution. That must be maintained, for it is the only safeguard of our liberties. Those who deny freedom to others deserve it not for themselves. In giving freedom to the slave, we assure freedom to the free. I believe each individual is naturally entitled to do as he pleases with himself and the fruit of his labor. As I would not be a slave, so I would not be a master. This expresses my idea of democracy. Freedom is the last, best hope of earth. Let us have faith that right makes might, and in that faith, let us, to the end, dare to do our duty as we understand it. The world has never had a good definition of the word liberty. Whenever I hear anyone arguing for slavery, I feel a strong impulse to see it tried on him personally. I am not bound to win, but I am bound to be true. The probability that we may fail in the struggle ought not to deter us from the support of a cause we believe to be just. I will prepare, and someday my chance will come. Always bear in mind that your own resolution to succeed is more important than any other. The way for a young man to rise is to improve himself in every way he can. Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree and I will spend the first 4 sharpening the axe. Work, work, work is the main thing. I do the very best I know how, the very best I can, and I mean to keep doing so until the end. The best way to get a bad law repealed is to enforce it strictly. Adhere to your purpose and you will soon feel as well as you ever did. I am a firm believer in the people. If given the truth, they can be depended upon to meet any national crisis. I never had a policy, I have just tried to do my very best each and every day. Truth is generally the best vindication against slander. I am not concerned that you have fallen, I am concerned that you arise. When I do good, I feel good. When I do bad, I feel bad. That's my religion. I would rather be a little nobody than to be an evil somebody. Tact is the ability to describe others as they see themselves. Be sure you put your feet in the right place, then stand firm. It is better to remain silent and be thought a fool than to speak and remove all doubt. Every man's happiness is his own responsibility. Let reverence for the laws be breathed by every American mother. Discourage litigation. Persuade your neighbors to compromise whenever you can. No man is good enough to govern another man without that other's consent. If slavery is not wrong, nothing is wrong. The leading rule for the lawyer, as for the man of every other calling, is diligence. Lawyers too can be divided into two classes, the laboring and the lounging. Justice should not only be done, but should manifestly and undoubtedly be seen to be done. The legitimate object of government is to do for a community of people whatever they need to have done but cannot do at all. The strongest bond of human sympathy outside the family relation should be one uniting working people of all nations. The philosophy of the schoolroom in one generation will be the philosophy of government in the next. Upon the subject of education, I can only say that I view it as the most important subject which we as a people can be engaged in. A capacity and taste for reading gives access to whatever has already been discovered by others. Books serve to show a man that those original thoughts of his aren't very new after all. I don't think much of a man who is not wiser today than he was yesterday. The things I want to know are in books. My best friend is the man who'll get me a book I ain't read. He has the right to criticize who has the heart to help. My best friend is a person who will give me a book I have not read. Education does not mean teaching people what they do not know. It means teaching them to behave as they do not behave. The man who can read and doesn't has no advantage over the man who cannot read. The best way to destroy an enemy is to make him a friend. War at the best is terrible, and this war of ours is the most terrible of all wars. I have always found that mercy bears richer fruits than strict justice. Let us strive on to finish the work we are in, to bind up the nation's wounds. This nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom. The dogmas of the quiet past are inadequate to the stormy present. Force is all-conquering, but its victories are short-lived. We must not be enemies. Though passion may have strained, it must not break our bonds of affection. The shepherd drives the wolf from the sheep's throat, for which the sheep thanks the shepherd as his liberator, while the wolf denounces him for the same act. I have been driven many times upon my knees by the overwhelming conviction that I had nowhere else to go. God must love the common man, He made so many of them. The Bible is the best gift God has given to man. I can see how it might be possible for a man to look down upon the earth and be an atheist, but I cannot conceive how he could look up into the heavens and say there is no God. Surely God would not have created such a being as man to exist only for a day. I do not think I could myself be brought to support a man for office whom I knew to be an open enemy of religion. That I am not a member of any Christian church is true, but I have never denied the truth of the Scriptures. I remember my mother's prayers and they have always followed me. They have clung to me all my life. I care not for a man's religion whose dog and cat are not the better for it. Elections belong to the people. It's their decision. To sin by silence when they should protest makes cowards of men. The people will save their government if the government itself will allow them. Public opinion in this country is everything. The people know their rights, and they are never slow to assert them. The people's government, made for the people, made by the people, and answerable to the people. The people are the source of all political power. You can tell the greatness of a man by what makes him angry. The people when rightly and fully trusted will return the trust. Human action can be modified to some extent, but human nature cannot be changed. I leave you, hoping that the lamp of liberty will burn in your bosoms until there shall no longer be a doubt that all men are created free and equal. I do the very best I know how, the very best I can, and I mean to keep on doing so until the end. I walk slowly, but I never walk backward. I will prepare and someday my chance will come. I am nothing, truth is everything. I claim not to have controlled events, but confess plainly that events have controlled me. I am rather inclined to silence, and whether that be wise or not, it is at least more unusual nowadays to find a man who can hold his tongue than to find one who cannot. I like to see a man proud of the place in which he lives. I like to see a man live so that his place will be proud of him. I never had a policy, I have just tried to do my very best each and every day. The best way to predict your future is to create it. Character is like a tree and reputation like its shadow. Most folks are as happy as they make up their minds to be. You cannot escape the responsibility of tomorrow by evading it today. I am a slow walker, but I never walk back. The best thing about the future is that it comes one day at a time. Things may come to those who wait, but only the things left by those who hustle. You can fool all the people some of the time, and some of the people all the time, but you cannot fool all the people all the time. Whatever you are, be a good one. I am not afraid of failure, for I have seen it often enough to know it is not fatal. It often requires more courage to dare to do right than to fear to do wrong. I am a success today because I had a friend who believed in me and I didn't have the heart to let him down. Always bear in mind that your own resolution to succeed is more important than any other one thing. If there is anything that a man can do well, I say let him do it. Give him a chance.